What do you think of when you think of the 2006 World Cup?
1 million people on the streets, and we were such a great host.
Philipp Lahm's unlikely opener?
To score the first goal at a World Cup just down the road from where I grew up, it's pretty obvious why that was the most emotional goal for me.
Cannavaro's Italy on top of the world? Ronaldo's role in Rooney's red card? The first moments of Lionel Messi's World Cup journey, or the infamous last moments of Zinedine Zidane's? Ask someone that question here in the host country and you're likely to hear an answer that has little to do with the football.
That's the interesting thing about 2006. People had the feeling that they were taking part in something really special.
The so-called summer fairy tale was nothing less than a milestone in post-war German history. What was it that made the tournament so special? And are we in for another new chapter in 2024? The story of the Sommermärchen begins in a nation with a reflexive aversion to patriotism. It's part of the legacy of the country's Nazi past that flag-waving and anthem-singing were long taboo in post-war Germany, including in the context of sporting events.
Germany was always very subdued in terms of nationalism. Given the country's history, people didn't want to arouse any suspicion.
This sentiment survived the fall of the Berlin Wall and the reunification of the country, when many prominent German figures were worried about a potential resurgence of nationalism.
Coincidentally, in 1990, there was this great footballing triumph in Rome. The coach, Franz Beckenbauer, said in his euphoria, "When the East German players join our team, we'll be unbeatable for years." Well, it didn't turn out that way. But in terms of the relationship between Eastern and Western fans, things were fine, and the wave of nationalism or chauvinism that some people feared never materialized.
16 years later, the World Cup would be an unexpected turning point in the history of the reunited Federal Republic. In the sizzling summer sunshine, and of course helped by the home team's first-rate performances, the atmosphere within Germany quickly became one of unabated elation. In this special World Cup climate, a major cultural shift took place. Germany's inhibited relationship with its own national symbols underwent a transformation.
I remember the opening game in Munich, and it was the first time that the whole stadium was singing the anthem, which before never happened.
All of a sudden, there were lots of young women among the supporters, which had never been the case before. Everything became a bit younger, more diverse, more female. Then there was this craze for hanging flags out of car windows, which more and more people started to take part in. It was patriotism, but free from resentment against others, just a sense of joy about Germany's own success.
The previous time that a major football tournament had taken place in Germany, the 1988 Euros in the West, the competition was overshadowed by outbreaks of violence.
It went down in history as the Hooligan Championships of Europe because there was heavy rioting between German, Dutch and English fans. German football was in the grip of a wave of violence, which also had real far-right aspects. I think the summer fairy tale in 2006 almost invisibly benefited from the years of hard work with football fans, of endeavours to achieve peaceful coexistence within football.
The 2006 tournament's German-language motto was Die Welt zu Gast bei Freunden. The world comes to stay with friends. The summer fairy tale also saw a sea change in the perception of Germany outside the country's borders.
We are welcoming a lot of people, our guests, where we are happy, where we can party, nobody expected that in Germany that it's sunny and that people are laughing.
People in other countries also took note that there was a relaxed atmosphere here. The World Cup helped show that Germans aren't always as deadly serious as they seem.
In the German popular memory, the footballing near-miss of 2006, when the hosts had their hearts broken in the semi-final, even competes with the team's World Cup triumph 8 years later.
Of course, we were all pleased when Germany won the World Cup. But looking back on 2006, that euphoria, that atmosphere, the sense of togetherness with the whole country getting behind the national team was much more wonderful than the actual World Cup win.
This feel-good story about the transformative power of the 2006 World Cup is so well told in Germany that it's become something like an official history.
The euphoria of the summer fairy tale is a feeling that people carry within themselves and something that many contemporaries remember. It's a real example of collective memory, that phenomenon that historians love to talk about.
18 years on from the summer fairy tale, 24 footballing nations will again compete for a major trophy on German soil. The world is a different place ahead of Euro 2024, and Germany a country characterised by division and dissatisfaction. A summer of shared euphoria is just what the doctor ordered.
I'd be incredibly happy if we could recreate that atmosphere, that healthy patriotism, that attitude of saying, yes, we're behind our German national team, we celebrate their successes, but we're also pleased when others win. That was great in 2006, I'd love to have that again.
Now we have a bad mood in Germany, political-wise, economic-wise, so hopefully football can help to bring back fun and happiness.
Last time the motto was "The world comes to stay with friends," an unbelievably great slogan which the tournament really embodied. This time around we've got United by Football as one in the heart of Europe. Another fantastic slogan, but people really have to work at it. I think major events like this, in the heart of Europe, here in Germany, are fantastic opportunities to showcase our way of life and our values.
It's hard to imagine any tournament living up to the legacy of the 2006 World Cup. But then again, no one expected the summer fairy tale in the first place. How do you think 2024 will be remembered in years to come?